What's up, everybody? My name is Vince. Welcome to the channel, and I have to tell you that I am extremely excited because I finally have a solution to a problem. And what is that problem? The problem is that I do a fair amount of routering, right? For a trim size router, I will use that to trim my laminate and such. Thing is that I've been using a corded router in that size for years and years and years, and it's a really good router, okay? And a lot of people ask me, why haven't I bought the cordless version of that corded router? And the answer is plain and simple. It's not on the battery platform that I carry with me on a daily basis. I've been waiting for Milwaukee to release their cordless router, their trim size cordless router on the M18 platform. The reality is that I don't want to be carrying multiple battery platforms with me on the truck. And every once in a while, we'll need to do repairs or something. I want to be able to go to my box, grab my router, pop on the batteries that I already have a ton of, and get to work. So Milwaukee's claiming corded performance, it's fast, accurate depth adjustments. And you can see they have their macro and micro adjustments here. We're going to check that out. Cuts up to 250 foot per charge. Now, we're going to look and see on the back of this box if it tells us, you know, what are they cutting with that? Are they trimming laminate, or are they, you know, cutting Ogee edge into stock? The compact router, this is a tool only. Product number 2723-20. It fits all M18 batteries. There is no battery or charger included in this package. You can see the RPMs are between 10,000 and 31,000. So it's adjustable. Depth capacity up to 1.5 inches, it's saying. Adjustments, 1/64 of an inch. Speed settings, there are 6. Collet size is 1/4 inch. Standard sub-base opening is 1.5 inches. Height is 6.9 inches, and weight is 3 pounds for the tool. They're calling corded performance fast and accurate. We talked about that. Let's see what it says here about the 200 foot of cuts. Using a 5.0 battery pack, it's saying, and it is doing 3/8 inch roundover, so it's a roundover bit. Now, we have a roundover bit here as well. Okay. Quite frankly, though, 250 foot lineal foot of roundovers, really, it's not that much if you ask me. It's really not that much. Let's just say you were doing, you know, and at times we have done chair rail, simple chair rail, where all it was one by with the edges eased. Okay, just in case kids or somebody would bang their head, you don't want them banging it on a sharp corner. We round over those edges. I mean, think about that, 5.0 battery. I mean, if you're doing, let's just say you're doing, I mean, literally we would be doing 16-foot pieces. But, you know, what's the math on that? I mean, 16-foot pieces, you're doing one side, then the second side. When I say you're going to do the top and the bottom, okay, on a 16-foot piece, all right, that puts you at 32 foot for a single piece, right? So 250 divided by 32, what is that? 7.8. So you'd be able to put a roundover edge on close to 8 16-foot boards, top and bottom. I mean, you know, I guess it will get you through the day, right? Like, you know, you could do a whole room of chair rail in that manner. But, you know, just kind of visualize that. I guess that's what I'm trying to do. Use your imagination. It says tool only. So I'm kind of anxious to see what's going on in here as far as what tool only means. Number one, pretty cool. Even though it's tool only, we have our dust shield for our vac adapter. That's pretty cool because it's tool only. We have 2 wrenches, 7/16 and 11/16 for our blade or bit change. I guess we have some adjustment screws. I don't know if these are spares or if some assembly is required. We're gonna find out in a second. Okay. Wow, we have the extended. This is an extended. It's an acrylic base. Pretty cool. Is the plunge base going to be in here? I doubt it, but you never know. Okay. So what we have is, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Number one, we have the router with the standard base, fixed base. If you wanted to put the larger base on, okay, you could. Quite frankly, I like a compact router for the compact base. I like the feel of this in the hand, and it has a heavier and fatter feel in the hand than my corded variant. It also comes with the straight edge guide. I'm no new Yankee Workshop, okay? I'm no Norm Abrams. I use it in a capacity as a contractor. Generally, I would use this smaller or compact router. We would just call this a trim router, right? And the majority of the work that this will see is trimming laminate. Okay, we have our adapter. Okay, there's a pin here, and then the shield screws into place. But it could somewhat obstruct your vision. So just be mindful of that. I personally like to throw it on, and quite frankly, another thing that's really cool about that is the fact that it goes on with a little thumb screw. But boom, look at that. That thumb screw tightens down, doesn't need a washer, and your cover's in place. All right, so they do supply you with 2 wrenches, right? But the reality is that you do have a stop here. You push in the red button, okay, and you'll be able to get a single wrench onto the collet to loosen and tighten down the nut, okay? That'll engage, the red button will press in, and you'll be able to tighten, loosen, whatever you need to do. Now, for some reason, that method fails. They've supplied us with a second wrench that slips over the shaft down here, okay? Then you would use the two wrench method. Quite frankly, I don't know if they just do that. They include like the second wrench for the old timers that go, oh, that's newfangled. Oh, look at that button. That never worked as a good stop. You need to have 2 wrenches on it. Back in the day, that's not made for that. You can't do that. You shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Do that. This is for you, okay? Me, on the other hand, okay? I will be using the red button here and the single wrench, okay? And I will be drilling my holes with an impact driver. Thank you very much. You could drill them however you like. We're gonna start with the simple, like I said, a roundover bit. We're gonna loosen up our collet, okay? We're gonna pop in our bit, and we're gonna tighten it down. We're gonna tighten down our collet. Look at that. And it's just, look, whoa. Whoa, look at that, see that? We don't need 2 wrenches. Is it wrong that when I read comments like that, I put tone to it? Like, I guess I shouldn't put tone to it. I don't know. I can just hear, you can't do that. I just hear tone in my mind. Okay? You know what I mean? We're going to get somebody, you can't use a cordless router and get the performance of a corded router. You can't do that. Yes, we can. We can do it. We can do it. Now, you can see here on our base, okay, we have our macro adjustment. What we'll do is we'll loosen our clamp, okay? We'll push in our button here, and we can get into the vicinity of where we need our router bit, okay? Once we're in the vicinity, we have a dial here to make micro adjustments. Now, quite frankly, you could just, you can do whatever you want. You can move in and out with the micro adjustment if you'd like. If that tickles your fancy, you can just, adjust using the dial. All right, we got a cardboard box here. And I will imagine that most of you, like me, are going to take this router, you're going to put it in a hard box, okay, and take it with you. You're probably, if you're the Jake of all, you're going to make a nice Kaizen inserts, okay, and put this in there properly, right? I do know a lot of tradespeople that are just going to grab this and maybe throw it in a box or maybe even put it in some type of bag. Here's the deal. We do have some spare parts, a dust cover. We got a couple of wrenches. We have our straight edge guide, right? Maybe, I mean, even if we weren't going to put this in the bag, right? For those couple extra pieces and the wrenches, why not like a little, like, I don't know, velour. A nice velour, a red velour bag, okay? That we could put our wrenches in. Or maybe, I guess maybe for the sake of weight, they didn't want to do it. Okay, but I don't know. Maybe maybe on-tool storage. I will say this, the more I look at this tool, the more the fit and finish of it is pretty awesome. I want to test a couple things. I want to see if we use this, we're gonna round some of this over. We're gonna see how it does. I'm gonna start. Look, this is the deal. They're giving their ratings with the 5 amp hour battery. Okay, 5 amp hour battery. The 6 isn't really much larger than the 5 in my opinion. It is a little bit bigger. It is a little heavier. But this battery, it gives way more performance to other fuel tools. I'm wondering how much more performance it could give to this router. Here's the reality of it. This 3 amp hour battery, supposedly, and you can look at the size difference, okay, is supposed to give the performance and potentially the runtime, okay, at least the performance of the 5 amp hour battery. We have the 8. The hilarious part is the 6 and the 8 are exactly the same size. Did you notice that? Just out of curiosity here. The 8 amp hour battery, 2 pounds, 6.4 ounces, 6 amp hour battery. 2 pounds, 6.4 ounces. So if you're met with the opportunity to buy an 8 amp hour or 6 amp hour, go 8 amp hour. The router itself, we have a bit in there, we have the shield on it, the dust shield. 3 pounds, 2.6 ounces, in case you were wondering. And for some reason, you got a router. You got a lot of routering to do. What do you think about that? The 12 amp hour on there. This is a fully enclosed rocker switch. That thing starts right up too. So we're set on highest speed. Man, that thing starts right up. And shuts right off. I want to see how this does. can see, we rounded over the edge. Really nice. No problem. Now, in the beginning of that pass, we had already cut a lot of the profile out. We didn't really go full, make the full pass until I think in this area. But I do know we were cutting the full depth on this side of the clamp. And you could see there was, I mean, hardly any bogging, right? I mean, the faster I pushed it, it did bog. Like you could hear some tone change to the motor. It didn't bog. It didn't slow the bit down enough to the point where it burned the wood at all. So, would this be a good trim router? Sure. Like you could use this to, you know, trim laminate and such. But you can use it. You can use it for some woodworking. Comfortably. It seems like it's doing a really good job. Now, I'm going to swap out the bit. We're going to put in our Ogee bit. Okay? It's a little bit tougher profile than a simple Roundover. We're going to go full depth. We're going to cut that entire profile out. Okay? So we've adjusted. If we wanted to do some fine adjustment, you'll see we're going to run it out right to the edge there. We're going to lock it down. Really, really a nice amount of fine adjustment. Now, this 3.0 was fully charged. And we literally did, I don't know, what is this, maybe 4.5, 5 foot. We're going to throw that Ogee bit on there. Let's put that 3 amp hour battery on here. We're going to flip around our test piece of stock. So we bumped out here because of the clamp, okay? But the rest of the pass, we heard little to no bogging. I mean, and you could take a look at that profile. I mean, it's really, I mean, we're in there deep, number one. Number two, you did hear some bogging here, but if you look, we actually hit a knot. So that's the reason why we heard some bogging. I will say this, you know, I feel like the dust solution probably will work better if the bit was more in the chamber. Does that make any sense? I mean, we have a nice amount of dust on the ground here, okay, even with the vacuum. But imagine if we didn't have the vacuum attached. If we take a look at the battery, you'll see that pass took another bar from the 3.0. So we're down to half charge. And on a 3.0. Now, keep in mind, when we talk about the HO, when they talk about power in the battery, power, performance, okay? The 5 amp hour battery is a 90 watt hour battery. Okay, the 3 amp hour is a 54 watt hour battery, but you're getting the amp hours out. Is that right? Amp hours out of the 3.0 in the same amount as a 5.0 with its more cells, right? These are larger cells. This has less of larger cells, so you would get the same performance, just not with the amount of runtime. I do like the compactness, though, of the 3.0. Just, you can see though, the 3.0, like, I think would be the smallest and most compact battery you'd want to go to. You're not going to want to run this on a 2.0, CP 2.0, although it would make for a more compact tool. I just don't believe it would have the horsepower over any extended period of time to get the job done. But I'm really excited to do some projects with this tool. Okay. It seems very, I mean, the adjustments are nice. It seems solid, and it has the power to do what I needed it to do. Leave it down in the comment section below. Did you pick up Milwaukee's M18 fuel router? What are you going to be using it for? Have you been using it already? What's your experience with it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you have a different cordless router solution? What do you think of that? Do you believe that router should only be corded? We want to know. Leave it down in the comments section. Also, if you like the content, you like our channel, like our style, please consider smashing the like button. It's free for you to do, and it really helps out the channel. With that, I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you all on the next one.
Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy, and you're here at the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, and maybe over here. See you later.